Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by LK Productions. All right, looks like it is up and running. I need to get an audio check over on YouTube. No, I think Photo Mix Media, you are going to be at least 6 because I believe there were 2 comments prior to BH's Ringer's rendition of a John Lennon song. Chris Garrett was first, Tony Wallow was second. BH Ringer would be third with his Give Greg a Chance from John Lennon. Greg would be fourth, Jeff would be fifth. That would make Photo Mix Media 6th.
Fourth.
At any rate, good evening to Greg, Jeff, Alex, and Photo Mix Media. I don't know how long I'm going to be here tonight. As some of you know, my daughter-in-law was going into labor or was going to have the baby this evening. I haven't heard anything since the text came through, so I do not have an update on that. I wish I did, but I don't. Guess that took everybody's thoughts away. Nobody's got anything to say.
Well, just hope it all goes well.
Yeah.
You've got your Yahoo page or something open where the clock should be.
Yeah. Don't understand why it switches like that, but it does. I have no clue why it does that. Is it back now?
Yes.
Yes. Just came on. Top part of the clocks are cut off a little tiny bit.
Yeah, I'm about to get rid of that. It's really frustrating me. Bobby Warren says he's having problems with his internet or with YouTube this evening. Join the crowd. Everyone's got YouTube issues. Kenny Witten says hello. And Chris Garrett said, I did not say good evening. Are you, Chris, you in Zoom?
I'm right here.
Well, I did not see you join because apparently the bell's not working again.
I got frustrated watching Doug earlier today.
I missed it. Couldn't tell you what happened.
They were talking about someone on there is visually impaired. And he was talking about using a hard drive cloner, one of those hard drive docking stations, to clone from a larger drive to a smaller drive. And let's just put this to rest. If you're using just strictly a hardware cloning device with no software in the mix, that does not work. It's a 1-to-1 operation only. You can only go from a 1 terabyte to a 1 terabyte, or from a 2 terabyte to a 2 terabyte, from a 500 gig to a 500 gig. You can't downsize or go. Those things don't resize the partitions.
Okay. I'll try to watch it tomorrow.
That's what I got frustrated on Doug's about.
So if you have a 1 terabyte and you're putting on a 2 terabyte, you're still going to have a terabyte of space left, are you not?
Yeah. No, that's not the point. The point is, if you're just using a hardware device, like one of those hardware toasters, and not using a piece of software, it will not allow you to clone from a 1 terabyte source drive to a 2 terabyte target. It has to be the same. 1 terabyte to 1 terabyte, 2 to 2, 3 to 3,
up on some
500 to 500.
So, Bobby, you'll have to explain it later when I'm in a mood to figure out why you can't take something that's this big and put it on something that's this big. I
Because
don't
that's the
follow
point.
that.
That's the point. That's the point of software. And the person that's visually impaired was trying to not use the software because their accessibility screen reader that they use, similar to somebody else we know, doesn't like Magnum Reflector or Cronus.
Okay. Target drive has to be the same size or larger as the source drive. Yeah, that's what I always thought too, Jim. That's why I'm kind of confused. He's saying it's got to be if it's a 1 terabyte, it's got to be 1 terabyte. If it's 2 terabytes, it's got to be 2 terabyte, and you can't take a 1 and put it on a 2. I would think
If you're using if you're not using software or a computer at all, if you're only using a hardware device by itself with no computer and just putting your drives in, source and target, and pressing the button.
Okay. Again, we could discuss that when I'm kind of got my mind open and can kind of wrap my head around what you're saying, because again, makes no sense. But moving on. Did I say hi to everybody?
Don't you have one of those docking? Don't you have one of those docking stations?
I don't have a toaster docking station. No, I have a single bay docking station that I plug into my
Talk to
computer.
Jim. He's got one that I called a toaster one night.
Yeah. And he said that the target drive has to be the same size or larger, which that's true. I mean, Bobby Warren says he can't comment on Alex Co's tech live stream. That's probably a YouTube issue. Not a whole hell of a lot you can do about it. YouTube's got its own mind sometimes, I think. Anyway, took a much needed long nap today. I was just worn out.
Oh boy, I got trapped in the living room today while my mom was at Walmart earlier tonight.
How did you get trapped in the living room? Did they put a barricade up?
No, you won't believe this, but her rug in the living room held me hostage.
Oh, that I would have liked to see. How does a rug hold you hostage? You couldn't get your wheels to spin, or?
Yeah, apparently I tried to back up or turn or something, and before I knew it, my wheels were stuck on the rug in such a way that no matter how I moved, I could not get away from the rug. Eventually I did though.
So I need to clarify something.
Seriously drained my battery in doing so.
Yeah,
I really had to try to force it to.
You drain the battery trying to get 40 out of that.
No, I'm
Yeah,
I'm actually about to make a disclosure to anyone that's new watching the stream. We poke fun at one another here. We don't mean anything personal about it. Most of us here understand it's all in humor. We don't mean to belittle or make anyone feel bad. We're just joking with one another. Having said that, I would like to see a video of that, Alex. Why didn't you make a video of this?
because my phone was in the other room, my tablet was in the other room, and I was in there just trying to get something out of there. Get something and leave. And I got trapped.
What's the chances you can get your phone and do a reenactment tomorrow?
No.
I think we
my
need
mom
to.
was just the funny part is my mom was just talking about getting a new rug for the living room.
Oh, so the truth
I don't even
comes
like the
out.
rug she's got in there.
So you
Well, I
made it
think we all
through.
need to contribute to a new home security system with a camera in every room so we can broadcast.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Because this happens to me. And she told the grandkids, she told the nephews today that we wouldn't be having the Dish Network TV much longer because when we get the fiber optic installed, she's gonna do away with the Dish Network since there won't be any need to have it.
How do your mom and dad and nephews plan on watching TV?
Well, I told my mom because she asked me when I was telling her about the 500 both directions speed upgrade. She said, "Well, what about the dish?" I said, "We can do away with it. There ain't no point of having it because you can always just sign up for Hulu or whatever other service you
If
want. There's a ton of
contract on
like
local
live TV
stations.
streaming services out there that you can buy that are a whole lot cheaper
That's true.
than
if you're
Dish.
over contract
Or
on
even YouTube TV is cheaper than
What
Dish.
about local stations?
Right. What about you got an antenna to catch your local
Good
stations?
old fashioned antenna. And there's a device
Okay.
that's actually called there's a device called a Tableau that what it does is you can connect an antenna like a regular TV antenna to it, and it will connect your to your network hardwired, so you don't need an antenna on every single TV in the house. You can, as long as you've got like a Fire Stick or a Roku or some device like that, or an Android TV,
are
can
TV
can
stations
share
coming
that
from
same antenna feed with multiple devices and record it, just
your
like with Dish.
are the TV stations coming from Little Rock? The local stations?
I have no idea. My guess would be probably.
Are they on your side of Little Rock? Meaning, are you closer? Are they close to your? They're not on the other side of Little Rock.
I don't know exactly where they are, but I know a lot of them probably come out of Little Rock
So
because
you should be able to get them anyway, probably.
because a bunch of our radio stations we get around here come out of Little Rock.
So I
You should
want
be
to
able
welcome
to-
in Jim and BH Ringer. By the way, great lyrics. BH, great lyrics.
But we got one station
He
that's
left.
actually local. We got one station that's actually local to Sheridan, the American Family Radio Christian station. That's actually local to actual
There's
Sheridan.
a lot. Most towns does have that.
And you can pick up that tower goes quite a way. You can pick that up or
I have no
What?
regrets getting rid of. We had DirecTV. I have no regrets. I was just, wondering. But here's the bad thing about streaming that I kind of figured out before we got rid of it. If you pay, let's just say, $60 a month for the dish, and you got thousands of TV, which 999 of them are always some kind of shopping network, and you get rid of it, by the time you buy Hulu for $15 a month and Roku or whatever, HBO Max for a month, whatever you get
Well,
on
hey,
a
I
monthly
don't care
basis,
what
Alex,
I
I'm
don't care.
talking. Can you not hear me?
Sorry.
I hear you. Keep talking.
Thank you, Tim. Anyway, by the time you get all these extra streaming services, you probably were paying close to the same amount, if not more. I know in our case, when we were going to do it, we'd have been paying more. And that's when I reached out to some people and found how to get it off the internet. So, you got to kind of look at it both sides, so to speak.
Right. I just know I am perfectly okay with whatever we get that's included with the Prime subscription off of Amazon Prime and YouTube and whatever other I can find for free legally, like PBS Kids and whatever else.
Sure.
You'll
So
probably
will your TV hook up to your new system once you get your new internet?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
I'll be able to keep everything hooked up the same way it is right now. Our Wi-Fi will stay the same. All of our devices will be connected the same way they are. Our current router we're using from the ISP will even stay the same. They won't have to replace none of that. All we're going to have to do is literally run the actual fiber cable into the house. Take the fiber cable, plug it into the ONT, which will be inside the house. Plug the ONT into the wall into electricity, and then they're gonna have to. And then all they're gonna have to do after that is get a long enough Ethernet cable and run it to the existing router,
Yeah, I
and
know
that's
that,
it.
but
And everything will work.
I understand that. My question pertains specifically to watching television with your internet on your television. Are they going to be able to do that?
Yes.
That's a good question.
Everything
So it's a
will
smart,
work.
right? It's a smart TV. You're going to be able to plug an Ethernet cable into it and be
Right.
good.
My TV already has an Ethernet cable plugged into it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
I'm just trying to figure out how to paddle my smart TV down the street right now, to be honest with you.
the only thing, and I just thought about this.
Nobody got that. Never mind.
The only thing about my smart TV only thing about this Android TV that I got is it doesn't have a gigabit network card, an Ethernet port. It's only got a 100 meg. So I won't be able to take full advantage of the which that's neither here nor there because it'll still work.
Right, but the
It'll
TV
still
in your
work
mom and
great. It just
dad's
won't be.
living room, they're not going to lose their ability to watch TV, right?
No, because I've already got a Chrome. There's already a Chromecast connected to that TV, so they can already stream
Okay.
YouTube still without the dish. They can already stream YouTube without the dish and do all that.
Yeah, I may
I
have
can always get them whatever new device that they want. If they don't want to be tethered to using their phone, the new Chromecast, the new Chromecast has a remote, a full remote, just like my Android TV in here does.
Yeah, I may have to do something next year. My DirecTV subscription just left the period when I get the good price. It's now
Oh, wow.
93 bucks a month.
I'm kind of screwed. I got Comcast. And it's a bundle. And it's really screwed up. I got a landline down. I don't even know what the phone number is. I could care less. But it's cheaper to do a bundle. Damn.
Call your cell phone from your landline.
That's the same company. And they bank off of Verizon. Matter of fact.
So I got a couple comments I'm going to pass along. Wintermute says the capacity of the target HHD must be equal to or, and big bold letters, greater than the source HHD from page 25 of the manual here, and he posted a link. So
I don't even need to
Yeah.
read the manual. I've got one of these things sitting right here on my desk.
you got a
If you don't think
toaster?
if you don't think I know how this works, you're seriously mistaken. Alex, you're wrong. It doesn't have to be the
Oh
same.
wow, he's got a toaster oven on his desk.
Well, let me ask you this
Yeah,
then.
can I put some Pop Tarts in there?
Tim, let whoever was talking talk, which I believe was Jim,
Sorry.
before Alex
Sorry.
interrupted, before you interrupted. Go ahead, Jim.
If you don't think I know how this thing operates, you're seriously mistaken. The source drive, let's say for the sake of argument, the source drive, let's just say it's 120 gig. All right. If I'm going to clone that to a 240, I can do it. The only problem that'll happen is that when the clone is over, I have to go back into the 240 and expand the partition. That's the only thing I have to do. That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
It works.
Exactly.
I have one of these. I know what I'm talking about.
And you're right on that. You do have to expand it. And if you don't do it, the customer's shit out of luck.
I have one of them also. I've just never used the button on there that I've just never done a hardware only clone. I've always connected it to the computer and done it through software.
Well, I've got news for you.
I know what Jim's talking about.
Can't believe our weather. Of
People
course,
are-
today is the 5th of January. Yesterday, I'm playing golf and halfway comfortable day. We've got snow right now.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. I walked out to go pick her up, and there's this little white crap falling out of the sky, and I'm thinking, maybe the trees have got dandruff or something.
I do not want to talk about my weather, and
No,
that's
you're
it.
having some horrible weather.
Well, some of his
Well,
weather came to Las Vegas.
let's not talk about that. And Jeff Ryman wants to talk about it.
So
Well,
do
no,
I.
what you had came through here a little while ago. Not in the
Fuck.
same ferocity or whatever you want to call it, but
I'm devastated.
we had rain today.
Every road I go down is flooded. Every one of them. The spillway up there in Los Banos. Excuse me, I don't know the name of the lake, and it's been completely dry for the last 5 years. The spillway broke last night up there in Los Banos. Milton Lake, they opened up everything. Oh, this lake can't handle it. I was like, you fucking. Now, I might be talking wrong. You fucking farmers are bitching about we're not getting enough rain, and you bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch. Sooner or later, God or somebody upstairs is going to say, hey, here you go, motherfucker.
Tim,
We're fucked.
watch the language. Family
Sorry.
oriented.
I'm really sorry. It's pouring down.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's
odd. They
really
keep saying you
pouring.
guys are in a drought, but then they have to open up the floodgates on a dam because you're going to get rain and the lake can't handle it. That is kind of weird.
Oh, it's the lakes are overflowing. It's flowing over the what do you call them? Dams? It's
Yes,
like,
those are called dams.
wow.
They've been around for a long time.
They're overflowing. Fright Dam locally here. I'm tripping out on it.
Hey, Ken.
Yes, Jim.
And then I go out there and look at the whatchamacallit. I was like, hey, I've never seen this kind of weather before. Be honest with you. If this is a hurricane, they did not categorize it as a hurricane. And that's why we have these rain bands. Rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun. All day today. Anyway, I'll shut up.
Yes, Jim. You had a question or a statement or
Yeah, here's the deal. If you don't have rain, if you don't have normal rainfall for 5 years, and you get twice as much rainfall that you would historically get in 1 year, you're technically still in a drought. You're technically still in a drought.
yes. Oh yeah.
So
And I know California and Nevada, for that matter, have been in a drought for quite a long time. I'll send
And
some of
none
my
are
snow your
saying-
way because I'm not happy about it. I see Gary joins us.
And none are saying we're 240% capacity for
Oh, I
drought.
wish I could highlight someone that's not got their camera on, but I can't. So it says the Happy Clown Restaurant, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
That's like a cool place to eat at.
And then somebody captured it with nice try cereal. They should have put the word cereal as in breakfast cereal in there, but that's just me. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I saw where someone got a blue Yeti today.
He got it yesterday. He got 2 of them because
what?
whatever he's got to have it every place he goes to. So, but yeah, he got a blue Yeti, and apparently he got it working. Ouch. There's a cramp.
He doesn't realize that thing will pick up every little noise, especially in a little bitty house he's living in. It's only 1,000 square feet. That thing will pick up every little noise that anybody says anywhere in the house.
I will like to say something.
Fader Jake joins us.
And Jake, Photo Mix, you're along with me. I would like to say something. Please pray for Curtis Noble down in Bakersfield. Last night, the whole side of the house got blown away, and a tree fell on top of it.
Wow.
So this thing's really crazy. He lost his whole house. And I'm not making money with photography. That's his business.
Wow.
So he's done. I'm not kidding. Look it up on Facebook or Google or whatever. It's done. It's over with. He lost his house last night.
So the storms and Tim saying that made me think. You guys remember a couple nights ago I showed you a picture of a Tesla that had gone over a cliff and our 2 adults, 2 children were in critical condition.
Oh, that guy got arrested. He did that intentionally.
Allegedly. They're charging him with it, yes, but have to let the investigation go carry its course or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I seen that. That was kind of interesting, I thought.
Which that's one way to get your insurance covered on your test.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Will I survive this? No, I'm kidding. Fader Jake said he got himself a Blue Yeti in November.
Count your prayers, dude. We're all lucky.
I like my Yeti. I use it when I do recordings to do my uploads for my premieres. I don't use the headset. I like it. I'm not going to get the thing to attach it so it's over my head because I could just see that doinking me on the head one day, the way things happen around here. But I like it.
No, I'm not that sophisticated either. I don't need that. The kids, whenever the kids, like they was in here earlier watching videos with me, and you'd be amazed. They was amazed, by what I was watching, because I was watching something to do with talking about how inmates in prison, some inmates in prison still use cassettes because CDs aren't allowed.
Oh wow!
They was amazed that I still have a cassette player for when I transfer stuff or people.
Well, to be honest with you, I got freaking 5 DVD burrs in a closet somewhere. And to be honest, I'm gonna get rid of them because nobody's using them no more.
Yeah,
I've got a cabinet full. You can ask Ken of CDs and DVDs that I don't use as much as I used to, but I still occasionally get somebody ask me to make a DVD or a CD or.
Oh, I could do that if I need to. Oh, I just stepped outside. Calm before.
So Fader Jake just said he did get the arm for it. The arm, does it make a difference if it's above you when you talk? Does that really help that?
What's cold out there? No.
Tim, or not Tim, Jim, Alex?
Sorry.
No you're fine, Tim. No comment on whether the Yeti needs. I've got mine sitting on my desk. I actually have it sitting on a stand next to my desk. Would it improve it if it was suspended in the air?
Well, I think mine's pretty good the way it is, but
the only thing having it in the air will prevent is thumps on the table.
Oh, okay.
That's really all it's going to take care of. It's just like if you do anything on the desk and the microphone's sensitive enough, you'll hear it.
Okay.
Well, if you
that makes sense.
If you have it clamped to a table, the same table that you all can, and you stump your knee or whatever to the table, it will transfer some of that dump to your mic. But it is true about using a boom.
I was
Exactly.
gonna
I'm
excuse
glad we
myself
got
and call him
Photomix on here too.
I'm not gonna get the arm. I just wondered. I'm perfectly happy with where it's at. The other thing I had a question on is, do you have to unplug the Yeti to turn it off? And I'm not saying that to be funny. I honestly do not know. And there's a reason I'm asking.
Yes and no.
I do.
one,
So I don't know.
It has a physical mute button on the fun part of it.
Yeah,
I
if
have.
you hit the mute button, it blinks, and there are certain people in the world that are annoyed by that little red light blinking. Why you can't turn the Yeti around so you can't see the light is beyond me, but I don't know.
Turn it off. I think you got to unplug the
Yeah.
USB thing.
Right. Wait,
Hey,
well,
Photomix.
I don't know, Rick. By the way, welcome into the Zoom. Will the USB unplugging that do it?
Yeah, because that's the only thing powering it, isn't it?
Yes, it does.
No, mine's.
But
Hold on. Let me unplug this and see.
Just watching
Oh,
water
it
go
started
everywhere.
smoking. Maybe that wasn't the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, I'm watching that smoking. It's all going down to the ocean. Hey, Photomix,
what?
you want to do a photo shoot on January the 17th? Oh, let me take it back. The 13th.
That's a
Friday
Friday.
the 13th.
Yep, it is.
Yes,
a
sir. Huh?
It is a Friday,
Wanna
and it is the
go?
13th.
I'm
Yes,
inviting you.
that was the original due date for my grandson, but she's at the hospital right now, and I'm just waiting for the word, and we'll jump in the car and go visit.
Yeah, I just got booked
Traditional.
on some stuff. I just thought I would invite Jose to come along.
DM me,
Huh?
Tim. DM me.
Huh?
DM me.
Okay, I'll do that later. You might not be interested,
Is it at night or
but
during the day?
night.
So
Nighttime.
it's not plane related then, right?
No, I might play the drums that night. I might play a little guitar that night. It's gonna be in downtown Fresno. And that's the other thing. I asked two other people. No, I'm not going down there by myself.
Oh, okay.
But it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have fun. So I'm asking Jose if he wants to go or not.
So
But
you're
anyway,
asking
he says,
Jose to be
yeah.
your security then.
No, I'm not. I just tell him we got something going on and it's a good photo shoot time.
That was a joke.
Hey,
Not
Ken.
yet.
I heard my
Photographers
name.
like that stuff. You give us photographer heads up, they will be there.
That was
Now,
me.
if he doesn't show up, who cares?
Somebody
Me?
said my name. I heard.
I'm not going down there to shoot photos. I'm going there to have fun.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be nobody's assistant, dude.
That was a
Well,
joke.
there you go.
Well,
So
I heard
that's
my
up to
name.
you.
Who said my name?
Me.
Yes, me.
I was going to say that if you have your Yeti plugged directly into your computer, your Yeti should the red light should go off when you turn off your computer. But in my case, I have it plugged into a powered USB hub. So if I turn off my computer, the Yeti will still be turned on unless I either do one of two things: unplug the USB hub or unplug the cable for the Yeti.
Wow.
Do you do that with all your USB audio inputs, Ken?
The audio input on the Zoom or the audio input on YouTube?
Your physical audio input, aka mics. Do you unplug them every time they're not in use?
You lost me. But my mind, and in all seriousness, I probably should have postponed this. My mind is at the hospital right now, Um,
Wrong.
and I apologize. Nothing. My daughter-in-law's having the baby.
Oh,
Grandson number 5, or
they've
grandchild
done.
number 5, grandson number 2.
I think women have done that for a long time.
Oh, I understand, but there's some other things going on that I'm not going to discuss either here or personally on Zoom later on. And I came about within an eyelash of just saying, hey, I won't be here tonight. You guys get together on Zoom and talk, whatever. But then I thought I'll just sit here and bide my time and wait for the news, so to speak, if that makes sense.
I figured you would have wanted to have been up there to live stream it.
Yeah, Alex, I'm going to live stream the birth of my daughter-in-law's child on a family-oriented channel.
I understand that's probably a waiting material.
You understand wrong, Padawan. You understand wrong. So I guess Bobby left. I'm trying to find out. He said he couldn't make comments on some channel. I wanted to ask him if he can see his comments on his end. And if he sees them when he posts them, that means he's just been removed from that channel or blocked from that channel. If he doesn't see them, then I don't know what's going on. That's the only thing that came to my mind a while ago. Long Dog says he's got 430 CDs. He put the exact number on digitalized, so he's got 860 songs. I don't know why you would duplicate your music. Oh, wait, I do that all the time. Yeah, there is not an off button. I unplugged it. It went off. But again, all you got to do is rotate it around so that instead of the light looking at you, it's looking away and the light's not going to bother you on, off, blinking, or otherwise. Alex, question for you. Do you not have buttons on your powered USB hub that you can turn things on and off?
No, my USB hub that I'm using is only a USB 2.0 and it's at least 15 years old. It's not old.
Damn.
But it still works. It powers everything I need. Everything I needed to power. So there's no reason to.
Wow.
Sorry,
Alex,
Cam.
You're fine.
Now this doesn't have a power. It is a USB 3 with buttons for each one. But
I like the USB hub that I like the USB hub that I have because it has no lights whatsoever. All it has is 7 USB ports, a power plug to plug into the wall, and the USB hub and the USB cable going to the computer. That's it. It has no lights. So there's no extra lights to keep me up at night because I already have a ton of lights in this room that's down at
Yeah,
night.
tell her that I have the 4-port USB 3.0. If I don't turn the ports off at night, I've got lights pointing up at my ceiling. That can get annoying, so I usually get up at night and I unplug it.
Oh yeah, I stick with this same USB hub for that reason. Not only for that reason, and because everything that I have plugged into it is only USB 2.0 at all. So using a 3.0 hub would not do any good.
Here's a powered USB 3 hub, but it doesn't have switches.
Mine can be powered, but I don't usually plug it in. Unless I'm charging, then I guess I have to, but
I plug it in if I'm running more than one device.
Well, I have one that's not powered and it works beautifully.
Since I have an external USB DVD drive plugged into mine, even if my computer's turned off, I can still eject the CD because it's powered.
I just wondered.
I might sign off, guys. I got somebody coming over here in the next 30 minutes and I'm having fun.
We will hopefully see you tomorrow night.
Maybe if I'm
Wait,
not
tomorrow's
flooded.
Friday, right?
Yeah. Well, tonight's Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday.
No, tonight's Friday.
For you, maybe. But for the rest of the world, tomorrow's
tonight's Friday for me. And I got a lot of cool things on the agenda, but it might not happen. We're getting flooded. I'm surprised my power is still on, to be honest with you. These trees can't, we've been in a 5-year drought. These trees can't handle this no more. Anyway, long story short.
What happened?
That guy. Oh, I like what Gary did. But anyway.
Thought Tim lost his power there for a second because I heard him say long story short and then nothing.
Bah!
Well, have a good time with your person coming over. And
somebody's coming over, and I think we might get stranded. I don't know.
well, be safe, whatever you do.
I've been talking to all these other guys, like, dude, I want to go flying. I want to go flying. I want pictures of this crap we're putting up with, Let's make shit happen. And everybody's like, go fuck yourself in so many different ways. But anyway.
Family friendly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who left? I'm checking out a basketball score. I have no idea who left.
I'm really sorry about the FU. But anyway, we'll check on that tomorrow. I believe we have a Central Valley Aviation Association, Central Valley Aviation. They got a meeting tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Saturday. I'm not going to it. It's gonna be flooded. Anyway, I'm signing off.
Alrighty. We'll see you later.
We'll
Take
check
care.
in later and see what we can do. I hope we are okay and don't lose power.
We all are in that same boat, hoping you do not. And yes, Indiana lost to Iowa tonight by 2 after being up 21 points in the first half. Crazy.
Shouldn't laugh, but
All right. Yeah, all right. Damn.
Yes, Jeff, you started to say you shouldn't laugh, and then you stopped.
well, about Indiana, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I knew it would be a tough game, and when they were up 21 points, and then I thought, well, they'll somehow screw this up, and they did. They lost
Well,
by 2.
I've seen my school screw some things up this year, although they got a new basketball coach, and they're doing pretty well, all things considered, since they really sucked last year.
For about the last 4 or 5 years, IU is not a good team away from Bloomington, Indiana. And that's just the weirdest thing that they're a good team this year, but they can't win on the road. They can't win at a neutral site. It's got to be in Bloomington, and that's just they beat Xavier over in Cincinnati, so that was a struggle. But still. Kind of figured it was going to happen because it was up 21, and in halftime they were only up 10 or 8, and then that's the way it goes with them. So anyway, everybody's all quiet tonight.
I got to have done what Rick Lakes had done.
Well.
Okay, well, I have something to spark a little conversation. This is that antenna network box that I was talking about. You plug your antenna into the coax port, you plug it into the router, and you plug an external hard drive into the USB port and plug it into power. And you can basically use it as a DVR, record your programs from the antenna to the external hard drive, or put it hard drive internally. And you can basically use one antenna for multiple TVs over your network as long as you have a smart TV, as long as you have a device on every TV, or every TV is a smart TV that can download the Tableau app. And it's only $1.99, and it's a one-time purchase, and you don't have to buy anything else other
Tony.
than an external hard drive to plug in there. And of course, your internet connection.
And you need this to watch local TV? Why do you need this again?
That is if you, it's for if you want to plug in your antenna TV, like for normal over the air antenna TV, like your local channels. You plug your antenna in there, and you're able to access that. You're able to access the TV using only one antenna. Instead of having to have an antenna on every TV, you can have one antenna outside, have it ran into this, and then you can have up to 4 TVs accessing that same antenna simultaneously, and you can record your shows off of the antenna.
Okay.
Actually, like what Lawn Dog asked, how do you know what channel you're recording?
Good question.
Because this box has a guide. It's very similar to a satellite or cable box, except for it's for normal antenna over the air TV. That's free. It comes with the remote and all that stuff.
So how do you display it on a TV or something, or on a monitor?
Because that's where the app comes in. You load the app up load the Tableau app up on the TV, whatever TV you want to use, and then sign into your account, or the app would take the device on your network, and then you've got the TV.
So it says it's a DVR. Where's the storage at for what it's DVRing?
External.
You plug a USB external hard drive into it, or you can, in this particular model, you can put a 2.5-inch SATA hard drive inside. And 4 different TVs can watch this device at the same time.
Go back to the
I
back.
thought you were saying it was an antenna, but you got to buy the antenna separately.
Can you show the back of it again, where the ports were at? You gotta.
This here, that coax is where your antenna goes. The blue buttons are reset.
Mm-hmm.
And the USBs for your external hard drive, and the Ethernet goes to your router, and then you got the power.
And how does this get to 4 devices at one time?
This thing, you can have up to 4 TVs connected to this device at one time, watching 4 different things.
I understand that. How are you watching? How are you connecting 4 TVs to this?
You just have to have smart TVs or devices connected to those TVs that can download or have the Tableau app, which is what this device is a Tableau.
Yeah.
So you're not going to actually watch 4 TVs off of this singular device, is what you
Yes,
just
you
said.
can.
Okay,
Yes.
you're not answering. Either I'm stupid, which is a possibility, or I'm not understanding. I see an antenna in, a USB out, so you can put it to your DVR, an Ethernet in, a SATA compartment, and a power. How are you connecting 4 TVs at a time to this singular device?
Okay, you have a Roku, right?
I do, and it's connected to 1 TV.
Okay, let's say you have 4 TVs in the house and 4 Rokus. You have one of these devices.
Hi, John.
You on every Roku, you download the Tableau app, and then on every TV, you have the Tableau app, and then when you open the Tableau app up on the Roku, every TV can be watching something different.
Yeah, but how is it physically?
Because this is controlled by this device. It's controlled by the app on the particular TV. That
How
is
does the
what
app
controls
talk
it.
to this device? Wi-Fi, hardwire, what? I think that's what Ken's asking.
What on the Roku, of course, can be, or whatever streaming device can be hardwired or wireless, depending on what device you've got. But the actual device itself, this actual device, has to be hardwired.
I don't get it. Well, first of all, you're gonna get a cable. You're gonna buy an antenna that has a coax cable to it. And then you're gonna use this and broadcast Wi-Fi to Ken's Roku. Is what you're saying. Why not?
Weird.
Why pay
I guess you
$200
come
for
out of this with Ethernet into something that can
Yeah, you
connect
come
to
out
your
of
own Wi-Fi.
you connect this device to your Ethernet on your router, and that sends the signal over Wi-Fi and or Ethernet to your 4 TVs.
Okay. It's a way
Or
to
Wi-
get local stations on multiple TVs through one device.
Providing
Like,
those
how would you
devices
buy-
have the ability to get a Wi-Fi signal, sure.
Right. I mean, like you add a Roku to it or whatever. Yeah, smart TVs.
Mhm.
Think I would just use it the old way, an antenna the old way with splitter and coax.
This is mainly designed for any but this is mainly designed for if you want to still be able to record stuff like you was able to with the dish.
What's the review say about it?
Are you serious?
I'm just curious. But apparently I speak a language that only a few people understand. I'll be right back. I'm going to get coffee.
What it so like how would you do it if you wanted to if you had one outside antenna on your house and you wanted to connect that one antenna to 4 TVs without this device? Just use coax splitters.
Splitters, yes. Yeah. And
I mean,
amplifiers probably.
most people already have like 800 channels already. How much more do you want to watch?
Well, he's talking about getting rid of Direct or Cox or Comcast or everything.
Yeah, but if you're
Talking
streaming,
about if you get rid of when I get the 500 speed. Mom, I'm talking about getting rid of Dish Network, and then I thought we could, if you wanted antenna, we could get this device so that you still have the option to record it if you wanted to.
I asked the question earlier, Gary, about how would you get local stations if all you have are streaming services?
And this is how you get local stations with a device like this, or you can just plug it in the old-fashioned way, like Christmas said.
or use your TV and get a HDMI converter box, unless you want to record it. If you don't want to record it, I mean, you're talking about news and stuff, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, like if I want to watch the local Channel 8 here, say, and I don't have DirecTV or Cox anymore, what would I do if all I had was internet?
I would get a cheap antenna and plug it into the bathroom HDMI.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
you just
well,
said, you
yeah,
get an
I've tried
antenna.
that. Unfortunately, here I'm in a bad location. I screwed up an opportunity to fix that.
Well, you still need an antenna going to that box, so I mean, that's not going to stop the antenna.
No, but yeah, after we had our house fire 4 years ago, I should have taken the opportunity to add an antenna in the attic. Then I wouldn't have to go to the HOA to put one on the roof. And I could have run a coax from that down into where all the other coaxes hooked together in the side of the house, because everything was torn up.
I think you can get it. I think you can get an antenna on your roof, and above it has to be a limited, and the HOA can't say nothing.
So John
Mine-
said he uses YouTube TV. It comes with local channels and has unlimited DVR.
Yeah, but
What,
you
what
gotta
about
pay
that,
six.
Alex? Would that work?
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
that's a streaming service for $70 or something. That
yeah, but it's still almost as expensive as what my mom is paying for Dish.
Right,
It's
which
like
goes back to what I
50,
said about
20
by the
bucks.
time you add all of your little add-on apps on, you're going to be paying the same amount of money, if not more.
well, how much is DirecTV for you, Alex?
Right now we have Dish Network and it's $100 a month.
DirecTV is with all of the channels are like $79.
No, well, here I've got direct
Streaming,
TV that I
direct
bought through
streaming.
Costco,
Right.
which
No, I'm
is as good
talking.
a
We're
price
talking.
as
I'm
I can
talking
get,
streaming.
and it
No,
just went up to $91 a month.
no, I'm talking
Like-
streaming. No dish, just streaming service.
Oh, direct TV streaming?
Yeah,
Okay, I've got direct TV from the satellite, which is different.
yeah, they're charging you for the dish also, which I don't need the dish.
Well, I mean, I already had the dish here, but they are, I'm sure, including a fee for that in there.
And we do.
But
My remote just crapped out, and I either had to pay $15 for a remote or buy their protection plan for $8.99 a month. So what the guy told me to do was to buy it for 1 month, and they'll send me a new remote under that, and then cancel it after a month.
Sounds like a plan to me.
well, my dad watches sports, so if we do that, and my mom asked me about getting sports
I
channels. or
think what I would
whatever,
do
like-
probably if I had to do something like this is find a service over the internet where I could watch some stations.
Well, if you have DirecTV over satellite, it's the same DirecTV, no satellite.
Right,
That's what we use, DirecTV
right.
streaming.
Yeah, I still got another year left on my contract. So,
With the streaming, there's no contracts.
yeah. Well, this was a deal I bought through Costco, and it costs less than just going to DirecTV straight away for the satellite service. So, after another year here, I'll decide something. I'm not that thrilled with DirecTV, but I'll figure out something after another year.
I didn't hate start over. I did not hate YouTube DirecTV or YouTube streaming. We tried that. It was just Direct had more TV channels.
Yeah, now the thing I don't like about my DirecTV, which is the satellite side of things, is that the vast majority of stations are just selling crap. They aren't really what I would consider real stations. And even on some of them that are real stations, about 5 or 6 or 8 hours a day is trying to sell you stuff.
Gary, with the direct TV streaming, do you still get the commercials or can you skip the commercials?
I'll be honest with you, I don't pay attention. I don't pay attention to regular commercials. I don't know. I think we do. I mean, in the back of my head, I think you do.
It don't matter even if my mom says she wants it, I still probably won't watch it. It don't matter to me. I'll stick to my YouTube and Amazon Prime and whatever.